Hmm. Oh, hi. I'm Barbara, and I'm here today to talk to you about my jar of yarn. Isn't it pretty? And it's got a surprise inside. Many of you who follow me on Instagram know, or on Facebook, that I've been spindling every day for 100 days. Today I'm at day 63. I believe I finished day 63, so I'm working on day 64 now out of the 100. But my jar is full. So I'm either going to have to find a bigger jar or start a second jar. But I thought what I would do, and I'm thanking my husband Nick for following me with the camera here, is just kind of show you what this looks like. And I may have to rewind some of these when we're done. Oh, there's the marble. I'll just put that over there so it doesn't make so much noise. Oh, look at them. Look at all these colors and all these bits and pieces. These are all 2-ply spindle spun pieces for my northeasterly blanket. Oh my goodness, they're falling everywhere. So let me just put that down and I'll talk a little bit about these. This little tiny bit here, which is a very dark burgundy, as a 2-ply, was actually plied on my Deligan from Mountain Fox Spindles that I bought a little while ago, and it creates kind of a squarish top when you're finished with it. The other spindle I like to use is this plastic Celtic design spindle. I've shown you this before if you've been following me. Spins like a dream. Sometimes, however, I start it on my little tiny Ashford so that I've got a bit of a leader started because I don't use a regular leader. I started on this, transfer to this, fill this up or do as much as I have planned, and then take it off to a spinning bracelet, a plying bracelet on my wrist. And then I go to my favorite spindle, which is this one. This is the one that I bought just south of Owen Sound. I don't even remember how many years ago now, but it spins like a dream. Normally I'd have to spin it way down to the side. I wrap it up and wind it on. And then, like I said, I do a plying bracelet, which works really well for me. And we come up with these 2-ply little bits and pieces of yarn. Now, they're not enough for a large project, but they are enough for the northeasterly blanket. So let me just see if I can put some of these back in here. And you can see them as I go. I've got a bright pink, a burgundy. They're all going to be tangled by the time I'm done here today, I think. In they go. In they go. That one is one of my favorites. But if I don't like them, I don't spin them. So I would say almost all of these are favorites. Have you ever felt that way? That no matter what you're spinning, it's the favorite of the day. Okay. Well, what a nice centerpiece this is, right? I put it on my little bookcase with some other spindles that I have that are mostly there for show at this point. Because if you're a spinner, you know you collect them, right? There's a brighter red. I like this blue. It's kind of bright. This purple here is from Custom Woolen Mills. I actually purchased it in Carlton Place. I've done quite a bit with it over the years. It was a while ago as well. This here is some fiber that was brought to me by a friend who'd been in Ireland. So I have that in here. Push it down a little bit. A bit more of this orange. So maybe I don't need to do too much orange right away. I'm trying to see what I'm missing. I'm missing yellow. So I plan on dyeing some yellow. Because I have a little bit of gold in the blanket, but no real yellow. So there, they're all back in. I can put more in there, right? Maybe? So what I will do, though, is show you the blanket. And Nick, I might have to stand up for this one to give them the full view. So, whoops, there goes my project bag. This is the northeasterly blanket that I'm currently working on. Just take that needle out, as you can see. And let's just see what happens when I stand up. You know how they do these unfurling of the quilts? So, down and up, he says. So you can see all the different colors and shades in here. Little tiny pieces of something in there. But there is no really bright yellow. So I want a little bit of bright yellow. And that bright blue I showed you will look really nice. I started this, I think last fall, maybe. And I don't work on it every day. I do a little bit when I can from time to time. So that's the northeasterly blanket. And you can find it on the net. I believe it's on Ravelry. So try that. Oh. And in another project bag that my daughter made me, I have more little tiny balls that are ready to be used. So that's in there. And those go with it. I had the whole blanket in this bag at one point, but I ran out of space. So there you have it. The other thing I brought out to work on a little bit is, let me just pull this one up. This is the Botanical Shawl by Stephen West. Both of these yarns are sock weight, and they're actually sock yarns that I decided to use for this shawl. It is one of my favorite patterns. I love these colors. The white is the Durasport from Briggs & Little. And the blue color, the botanical color actually, is from, let me just see if I can find that label for you. I put the label inside. This is Country Sock yarn. It's called Country Socks. Colorway is Banff from Fleece Artist. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Out of Nova Scotia. Really nice to work with, hand dyed, and it's shown off by this white in a beautiful way. So I'm very, very excited about that. So I'll put that back in my bag. The other thing I have in this project bag before I put the shawl away is this, and I'll bring it closer, unless, is it focused? There you go. That's Knit Picks. It's a sock blend, so it's wool and superwash wool and nylon, ready for dyeing. This is the second I've had. There is, how much is in there? 100 grams of unspun roving. I've had this since 2015, I believe. And the first one is almost all done, almost all used up. And I just spun it as white for other projects. So I'll put that away as well. So you can see my fiber work continues in exciting ways. My other project I started just this week is this headband. The pattern is from the Passionate Spinner. Oh, Tracy, I'm so sorry. But her pattern is also on Ravelry. And I wanted something for St. Patty's Day. And this is the green that I had just sitting there. It is a beautifully soft, very, very soft merino. Let me just see. The needle is a size 4 that I'm using. And it is called Dean Woods. from Knit Craig. 55% merino, 30 baby alpaca, and 15 silk, mulberry silk. So this was destashed from my daughter Vicky, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with it? But then I thought, no, I've got something I want to do with it. So I'm working on that. It's almost done. And then my sweater for the year is this. And let me just see if I can pull it up. It's the Whatever sweater. And I decided, instead of just doing a traditional left leaning, right leaning pickup, that I would do a yarn over for the sleeve separation there and there. And I'm almost ready to take off for the sleeves. I do maybe 1 or 2 rows of this every day so that it's not overwhelming. It's a big project. So I like a little bit every single day. And it's in this project bag, which is the Scraw Bucket, again from Tracy at the Passionate Spinner, I believe. Knitter, spinner. I'm going to have to figure that one out because I love her designs and I follow her. I'm part of her Patreon. So I will have to figure that one out for you, make sure I get that right. What else am I doing? I did my first memory blanket square, just finished it this morning, and this is from the current socks that I'm working on. So can I show you one of my socks? Maybe, yes. Yes, I can show you my sock. And I did this and ripped it out. I frogged the toe because it was a little too short and it's still not quite as long as I'd like, but there it is. Pretty purples. It's the Skip or Skype pattern found on Ravelry. It's one of my go-to patterns. And this is the second ball, so they're sock twins by Estelle. And which means it will match up perfectly with the first one. So I'm going to cast that on later today. Pretty, pretty. My idea, of course, is I want to do 12 pairs of socks for the year. I want a sock a month. And I did pink ones out of Briggs & Little Durasport for February. And the purple ones are for Lent, for February/March. So I'm looking forward to casting on that second one. I think that's enough. Almost, eh? I'm also working on a pair of just general mitts, a little bit smaller, with destashed fibers that are wool that was given to me. And then Nick's mittens, which I'm still knitting and still spinning, and the spinning for this is happening on my bag. It's on the wheel, and these are colors he likes. I made him a scarf and a hat, and so now I'm doing mitts, hopefully in time for him to wear them before the weather changes. So of all the things that are going on, those are my current works in progress. I have all sorts of spinning fibers to spin. I'll show you this one because this is a blend that I've done. This is what I do, and this was suggested by another knitter / spinner that I follow. What you do, a couple of them actually, what you do is you take a piece of, I think it was Evie, take a piece of what you're spinning and put it in the jar, and then at the end of the year you blend them all up. And I blended them all with this white that I've had from Revolution Wool outside of Wallenstein in Ontario. So it's quite colorful, and some of my little Revolution, what did I call it? Evolution. It's Revolution. I'll try to remember to post some links so that you can find what things are really called, because sometimes I'm a little slow. But that is also going into my memory blanket as well. I have lots of bits and pieces here, but we don't need to go through all of that right now. However, if I can find my iPad, there we go. Okay. My director was just telling me I'm at 15 minutes. And that's fine. So let me just see if I can give you the correct names of things here now that I'm here. Oops, don't do that. That's not helping me. I try on my Instagram to attach people's handles or their names or where you can find them, which I think is really helpful because I know I found it helpful when other people have done that for me. The passionate. You stop it. He's being funny now. Oh, craziness, eh? Crazy, crazy, crazy. As I try to find people, I'm not being very successful here, but that's okay. There's a few that I follow on Patreon. The Passionate Spinner, that's Tracy, Passionknit, and then a space spinner. The Passionate Spinner. And she's just wonderful. I follow Knitty on Patreon, the Knitty magazine, so knitty.com. And they just came out with a winter surprise sock, which looks like a lot of fun. I follow The Last Homely House, and those are on Patreon. There's others that I follow on YouTube, which really helps in keeping up with what people are doing, what I'd like to try to do. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming because I want to do more. There's not enough hours in the day to do the crafting that I want to do. But, that's just the way it is, right? I follow Twin Stitches Designs. She had a great YouTube out today. Stephen West has one out today. I just keep looking at all these people and all these wonderful bits and pieces that they share of their lives. And I'm thinking, we all have bits and pieces of our lives that we could share. And I think I'm one of them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, this vlog of my current projects and especially my spindle spinning. I will do another video when I reach day 100 and we'll do a celebration. I tell you what. Did I say that? No. A lot of people say, I tell you what. Well, I do. I tell you what. I really, really enjoy crafting. The other things you'll find on this channel are me baking or pictures of my bread, but also my times of worship. I'm a pastor at a local church, and once a week I share our live recording of Sunday worship, and every once in a while you'll get a short of that as well. But what I wish you were blessings and a wonderful day. Almost mid-February. We've seen robins here up on Hamilton Mountain, which seems a little early, but to each their own. Seems like an early spring, but we've got more winter coming. But I hope that you find the blessings in today, and as you pick up your crafts, regardless of whether it's needle or hook or spindle or wheel, that you find in that the pleasure you seek, the calmness that can come with creating with your hands. Until next time, may God bless. Bye for now.